Native history and culture is usually discussed through colonization and campaigns such as Manifest Destiny in popular culture. Therefore, power dynamic plays a really important role in defining the colonizers and the colonized people identity, which helps the public to identify Native women as either savages or romanticize them as mythical objects, nature-loving warriors, and healers. This stereotypical image has spread its way all across the entertainment media over the time, such as in literature, film, television, and most recently video games and music videos as well. A popular stereotype of Native American women is the Indian princess. One of the first and oldest example of Native woman representation in history paintings and engravings is the portrayal of Pocahontas. Based on this myth, Pocahontas is depicted as both Indian princess and a savage who are both defined in terms of her relationship with the white male figure. She is portrayed as the exotic object of sexual desire for the white men, which contradicts the virginal image of the Indian princess. As the same in the Disney version of Pocahontas, in order to be the good noble Indian, Pocahontas must defy her own people, exile herself from them, and become white or to be colonized. In another word, as representations changed over time, the image of First Nation woman as a savage Indian changed to Indian princess who was associated with mystery and exoticism. Another old example of using the princess image is in the tobacco industry. In most of these images, the female native figure usually holds a rose bundle of cigars or some tobacco leaves as a sign of welcome in colonial days. During 20th century, the Indian princess is constantly portrayed in the wilderness, partially nude, wearing a feather or a headdress over their heads in advertisement and other sort of pop culture medium. Most striking, however, is that all of the models are white-skinned women. In 2012, supermodel Karlie Kloss walked the Victoria's Secret runway in the Native American-style headdress and animal print leather bikini, which got controversial, and Native American leaders and women complained that the model had misrepresented them and their culture. Moreover, they argued that their culture shouldn't be commodified because then all tribes would be considered as one broad category of Native. The protests spread online, which made Victoria's Secret to apologize. With ethnic and racial stereotypes becoming increasingly popular Halloween costume themes, a lot of people don't have a problem with the commodification of Native culture or see it as a form of cultural appreciation rather than cultural appropriation. In this case, however, imitation is not the best form of flattery. The going Native trend fails to honor Native people because it turns their identities into goods that can be bought and sold. Bell Hooks argues when race and ethnicity become commodified as resources for pleasure, the culture of a specific group, as well as the bodies of individuals, can be seen as constituting an alternative playground, where members of dominating races, genders, sexual practices affirm their power over an intimate relation with the other. The use of Native woman image in fashion, advertisement, and in other sort of media only exists because mainstream white culture pictures itself as detached from indigenous people. In most of these representations, the power and experience of Native women is mostly neglected in exchange for the construction of the Indian princess in our popular culture, in order to maintain the power dynamics of colonialism. For this specific matter, Ellsberg, which is a student-founded organization for social act changes, has launched a campaign called I'm Not a Costume for the purpose of having discussion and raising awareness to get rid of the stereotypes and racism.
Created using Powtoon.